Hi, welcome to the Train Shop Weekly. I'm Bill Henning.
I'm Harry Henning.
That's Harry.
I'm Walt Herbine.
That's Walt. And today we got a special guest sitting in.
What's your name?
Mr. Sea-Rail himself, all dressed in blue. A lot of you all know Mr. Shawn Conahey, Mr. Sea-Rail.
That's me, Dakman Productions.
Welcome, Shawn.
Thank you.
It's always good seeing you, man.
Thank you for having me on the show.
Even with your attire you have on. Good thing he's behind.
Well, thanks for joining us. If you like the show, please hit like, hit subscribe, tell a friend, share with a friend, something. Other than that, what have you been up to? What were you up to this past week or so? Anything good?
Work.
You did. I know you did a couple of restoration jobs.
Yeah, I've been busting my butt on trying to get some of that done. It takes so long to do it, though. But it's getting there.
You've been getting there. You've been getting caught up. What have you been up to, Walt?
I've been getting caught up on my train repair.
Yeah, you brought in a whole box full of repairs you had worked on, finished up.
I'm catching up. I mean, work's a little slow. The holiday, the holiday kind of helped me out a lot.
Walt does a lot of the HO repairs. He does most of our HO repairs.
Yeah, sometimes it's a scavenger hunt, trying to find some old parts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Biggest thing with the paint work is letting it cure for a month or two, and then being able to get back to something. So.
How about you, Bill? What have you been up to?
Too much.
What's baseball?
Baseball. Old time vintage baseball. Saturday we have our vintage baseball game here in Lansdale. An event I've been working on putting together. It's a baseball game, vintage baseball, and a picnic in the park. We have a live band, a couple vintage baseball games. It's interesting because it plays by the 1864 rules, which is a little different than today's rules. For instance, they don't wear gloves.
Which is why you have an 1864 ball?
Yeah, this is a type of ball used in 1864. It's a little bigger and a little softer than a hard ball. It's not quite a soft ball, but you don't wear gloves. You actually pitch underhand. And then there's a lot of little rules that are different. One rule I thought was interesting is when you catch a ball like a fly ball. I mean, if you catch it, it's an out. But if it bounces, if you catch it on the first bounce, it's also an out. So sometimes if you're not sure, just back up, let it bounce, and then grab it, and it's out.
I remember watching a thing on the History Channel where the first catcher, they put a piece of leather so he could catch the ball without getting bruised up every time.
For a while there, like the catcher was the only one that had a I know on the 1864 rules, the catcher kind of stands off to the bat, and just lets the ball go, and then you throw
pick it up.
Pick it up. Yeah, you're not like right behind catching the ball. You let the ball do its thing first, though. But it's fun. It's interesting. It's been a learning experience. So we have our local team. Consists of several people from here in the borough, including the mayor, the borough manager, council president, a couple guys from the
firehouse is playing.
Yeah, we got 2 guys from the fire company. So we got a nice collection of different people. A few residents that are really active community residents. We have our borough.
Are you playing, Bill?
Yes, I'm playing. I'm the pitcher. That's why I got my ball. I'm the pitcher.
Oh, I guess I won't be able to go to.
Hey, well, when the windows are broken, you know who pitched the ball.
I'm just saying. I guess I won't be able to go to the picnic in the park.
We'll have to get a couple extra employees so you can watch the game at least. At least our game. This should be fun. Look for that. My scouts were in scout summer camp all week, so I went up there for overnight to visit. And
I filled in for you.
Your 24-hour?
Yeah, I'm a 24-hour. Went up in the morning and came back the next morning. I usually go for a whole week, so this year I only went for the one day. Just so many things going on, I just couldn't go up for the week. So unfortunately, we have some good other fathers that are involved, and they took care of things. So.
How about you, Shawn? What have you been up to, Mr.
Doing my Conrail thing and going to train shows.
Can't forget the truck show.
I had a truck show, yeah.
Oh, yeah. There were some cool trucks you posted on there.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. People don't realize that trucks is also a thing of interest for me.
Yeah.
Well, that's what you do for a living is.
Yes.
Yeah, I enjoy seeing some of the old trucks you post. They're pretty cool.
Anything, anything kind of old and nostalgic. And some of them are just in pristine condition. It's like the one, Haynes and Kipple house. I think it's Haynes that lives up in like Green Lane. And he's got like a old museum.
He's got 4 or 5 trucks up there.
Oh yeah, he has a crane
Yep.
there. Cool.
It's cool seeing some of the old fire trucks too.
Oh, yeah.
Some of those meets.
Yeah, I do go to fire truck show, antique fire truck shows as well.
They're neat. Neat stuff.
What else we got to cover?
The important thing. Our non-sponsor sponsor plug. One of our local distillery, they just came out of a Rosenberger's iced tea. Rosenberger's,
Vodka.
but with vodka. Yeah, so it's
Hey, you got one for me?
so it's not as much as I know. All 3 of us like our iced tea.
That's what we grew up on. Rosenberger's iced tea by the half gallons.
Sorry, Shawn, I don't have one for you.
That's okay.
I'll give you mine, but I know you don't drink, so
Right. Yeah, I'm not.
And you got a long drive home.
I'm going to be driving myself too, so I'll have mine when I get home.
What's that floaty thing in there?
Not the bug. So we often like our favorite beer or brew or whatever, but this works too.
Oh yeah.
So we give them a shot. So
I don't know. It's lemon.
not bad.
Oh,
All right. I guess we don't have really books and magazines to talk about.
What do we got new over there,
I mean,
Walt?
we had a lot of Lionel stuff come in recently, but told Walt to just pick out a couple things.
Things. One of the things came in some new northeastern style cabooses. A local one for around here, New England and what is it?
Lehigh, New England.
Lehigh and New England. For all you Rock Island fans, we got a Rock Island one. And then we have, for you all up there in the north woods of Maine Central.
So they're nice. I mean, they've done these northeastern cabooses a few times.
It was a very popular caboose.
Yeah, it is a popular caboose, and these are pretty
A lot
well
of railroad
detailed.
stuff.
Got lighting interiors in them. They don't smoke, right?
I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think they smoke. No.
No, just LED.
Some do, some don't. Depends on
Well, I usually like it they don't smoke because when they smoke, usually the chimney's like
Fat.
big fat one.
it's like not to scale.
Yeah.
So I'd rather have a scaled non-smoking. And even when they do smoke, usually when your train's running around,
You don't see them anyway.
you really don't see it.
Yeah, because it's not like it just whispers out.
Like if it's just sitting there usually, but if you're running a train around, you barely see it sometimes.
Yeah, you need a slight little tiny fan in there.
But I'd rather save a few bucks, have a scaled chimney, and
I don't know. But
these are some. I like this Lehigh New England one. That's really sharp.
but that's one of them. Our new cars. This is the one I've been like really kind of dying to see. Is the tank cars. And tank cars usually, if I always looked at, are usually one of the more expensive cars.
I think 2 of those are local, aren't they?
Yes, we got unibody tank cars. We have them in 2 different number, Blue Mountain and Reading, and Proctor.
No, that's Procora. They make the core. Procora, they make the silicone sealant that you use on your job sites.
You guys butchered it for me.
Procore was also a Canadian leasing company, just like ETLX and GE.
Yeah, I know they unload the tankers down in Hatfield here and take them over to the plant.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking.
They're pretty simple.
Nice looking cars. What was the price on them, Walt?
Yeah, for prices there's we got them for $67.49. I mean, usually a
They
tank
look
car,
like the old Weaver cars somewhat. Nice looking car.
They've made these before.
Yeah, they have.
So now I have the
well,
Dow.
very, I mean,
They
very,
have the Dow chemical car.
very, very inexpensive. Not too
But it's
bad
got the
looking.
trucks
I mean,
on
they're
it
not
they use
super,
for
super
the-
detailed, but
For the, what do you call? For the,
because tank
Scale.
cars, no matter where you look at, tank cars are always really on the expensive side. Not too great on the graffiti.
Nah, these are-
but
these
it's
are
kinda
priced
cool.
pretty good.
It's kind of.
Oh yeah.
I'm not over. Yeah,
I'm not a graffiti guy.
Not a graffiti guy either.
I grew up, we didn't see very much graffiti.
nowadays every car has graffiti.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
it's, just,
like, where's
it's,
the
like,
railroad?
it's like an art
But
thing.
that's got the yellow safety striping on it, and so that would be perfect for a
For modern train, yeah.
modern day era. So that's probably why they put the graffiti on it.
Good point.
Don't break it,
break it.
William. You're gonna buy it.
You
That's
gotta
why
buy
you
a
don't
graffiti-
grab the handrails,
buy a
Bill.
graffiti.
Alright.
Yeah, they're pretty nice.
Nice looking cars. We'll have to.
What's that?
Oh. And the last car we got to talk about tonight is. Slide it back.
Shawn, pull that one around.
We'll pull some box cars. We got the 60-footer box cars. Operating. What do you call it? We got Reading and Northern.
More,
WCOR with graffiti.
More graffiti.
more graffiti. That one looks like the old Lionel exploding box.
For your
car.
old jarhead. Now, what do you call that? And then we got the Ford and the Chevy.
What they do, double?
Chevy.
Is there any reason why they have this double pack?
Probably by mistake,
Yeah,
they're stuck together.
And what do you call? Don't you have one? You went on box 2, Shawn.
Sure do.
Look, it's like double pack.
Who knows?
And look what came in.
Shawn's car.
We have the
Uh,
Lionel Conrail flag car here.
we got the laminated flag.
Yep, got the illuminated flag. This is the Conrail Veterans Flag box car. It has the flag actually lights up LED. It's got the yellow ribbon on here. Little spoiler alert, this is going to match a certain locomotive I'm going to want out of the catalog we'll be reviewing. So this will be a perfect match for that locomotive.
Yeah, it will be a
Nice looking car.
Yeah,
I do like how they light the flag and get the stars up in that.
yeah.
Yeah, they're
I like the
typically-
flag style. I have to give it. That's anything I like about the car. Otherwise, everything else now.
I know on the other ones we looked at, the LEDs on the flag are so small, where you normally you wouldn't notice them on that, but
Once you turn the lights
you
out.
got to turn once you turn the lights out, then they show up kind of nice.
Yeah.
When the lights on, you really don't notice them. I mean, but it's nice because they are small. I've seen cars where they have an LED and they're like huge. They look silly. So I think they did a pretty good job with the small, tiny LEDs.
Oh yeah, this is a cool piece, and like I said, it's going to be a perfect match for when we get to our spot on the
They're saying
catalog.
keep that car in
Cool
mind. Right?
piece.
Yes.
There's
Yeah.
nothing cool about that piece.
So
I
keep
like-
this car in mind as we review the catalog.
I like this. A nice brass step on the back here. The really nice looking piece. A lot of nice detail on it.
That's a nice looking car, yeah.
As I say, the brass where the step is there.
And they're producing. They're really starting to produce some of the smaller lines. Lionel,
Yeah.
like Reading and Northern's fame is going to be the T1. Did you ever ride that? Ride behind that?
Not yet.
Really? What are you waiting for?
I'm trying to
you're-
paint it blue.
Yeah. I bet you even Andy Moeller would tell him, "Dude, get that guy off my train."
All right. Oh yeah, one of the main things we wanted to do tonight was kind of look at the new Lionel catalog. New catalog's out.
Then we'll do the last thing. Our review is the engine.
Yeah,
Let's do the catalog first.
we'll do the catalog first.
Sounds good to me.
I mean, we're not gonna. I don't know if we're gonna go through every little tiny detail. We're just for the
Let's
most
just
part.
kind of highlight some of the things we each like.
Yeah, some of the things we like. That's the important part, right?
Yeah.
I'm saying too much I liked in it.
There's a couple pieces I really like. So here we go. Lionel 2023 Volume 2 catalog. Let's see. Get through the index and all that fun stuff.
C&Os.
First up, these F-19 Pacifics. they're interesting because there's so much going on, especially on the front of these things.
Yeah, with the big, the tank on
Yeah,
it.
where
Well, they have
the air pumps.
the air pumps on the front. They have the superheater up top. And C&O only had 5 of them, I believe, when they ran them. And they ran for the George Washington passenger set.
Yeah, and they also have a couple special schemes. The Halloween one, which
I'm definitely looking.
I like the Christmas one.
I'm definitely looking forward to the sounds of what they're going to come. They came up with this time.
that's a kind of a cool engine to use for the Halloween one because there is so much going on. It is almost kind of scary.
They need to make that skull one. Did you ever see that one? Video of the skull one?
That
With
was
the big flames.
That was at a Tweety Railroad or something did that. Yeah, and then had all the fireworks coming out of it and stuff. Yeah, I think it was Tweety or something.
Yeah, they've had a lot of permits to do that.
I don't know, it's their railroad.
Yep.
George Washington passenger set.
Yep.
That's your standard heavyweights with a new paint scheme.
Now these are 18-inch cars, right?
Yeah, they did these once before.
The George Washington ones?
Yeah, they did the George Washington once before. I think this is the second run of them.
When did they do that?
Which a couple years back.
Gotta be
Probably
More
10 years. 10 or better. Been a while.
2662s.
Look at that, Northern Pacific for Walt.
Yeah. I want a Northern Pacific Challenger.
Yeah, there you go.
Hear that, Ryan?
I think this will definitely be popular in this area.
Yes, I do like
Western
that.
Maryland.
That's one place I'd like to go this year.
Yeah,
I'd
road
like to
trip.
go- yeah, road trip down there to ride that.
That's nice. They got the passenger cars to go with it. That's got to be a neat engine to see. Have you seen that yet in person?
No, I have not seen this one either.
Yeah,
Thirteen
see it
and-
ride behind an articulated
Yeah.
big Belmont Jama.
Yeah, since the big boy's not coming this way.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I'd say we got the consolidations again. They're doing another run of consolidation.
This is one that the Black River and Western, number 60.
Yeah.
That's the one that interested me.
That should be a hot one around here.
Yeah. It interested me because it's local, and then we did find out that Mecca's doing 40, the New Hope and Ivyland one as well. So I probably wind up getting both of them. Then
Imagine that.
yeah, well, it's a local railroad, so
And these are pretty reasonably priced too.
yeah, they weren't bad for the price.
Yeah, they're good running. I think when they originally did them, they only had like one chuff per revolution. Was that these?
Yeah, these only had
Yeah,
one.
I got that. Then I gave it to Debbie.
Yeah.
And I still have my Reading one. Yeah.
I started doing research. It didn't fit my criteria.
The Pensy.
M1's. That's one paint scheme's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the passenger service paint scheme.
It's a neat striping. That's kind
Does
of cool.
not for me.
There's also the doghouse will not be on that one as well with the fancy paint for the passenger service. Ryan said they mistakenly put the doghouse in the picture, and it's not going to have the doghouse on it.
That's a good thing to note.
844 UP.
Yeah, that'll be a popular one. I mean,
Another one of them hot dogs.
Yeah, the hot dog to match the Challenger.
Yeah, I'm not too keen
A
on
hot dog.
that.
That's what they called it. They nicknamed
Yeah.
that the hot dog because it looks like, ketchup and mustard
Yeah.
on a hot dog.
Yep, on a hot dog bun.
And so that they did that to match the Challenger. So that, and some people like that scheme.
Yeah, some people like it.
Yeah.
I don't. It's kind of hard.
It's like a blue T1.
Come here, Rex. Got one for you.
I mean, the 844, obviously, that's gonna be that's gonna be a winner. The gray ones are kind of cool looking.
Yeah, they did it in a couple of neat ones. And then now the
Auxiliary tender.
auxiliary tenders,
Yeah,
with and without sound.
okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they did without sound to cut some of the prices for the guys, and they're doing that on some of this stuff now.
What would you need sound for? It's a freaking water tank.
Exactly, and that's what they were saying. You can go 2 overboard, and then
Right.
so to cut costs on it, they were doing it each way, one with sound and one without sound.
I don't understand why you need sound.
I know that.
And the heavyweights, Union Pacific heavyweights, the gray heavyweights, which go good with
The Greyhound
the
set.
Greyhound engine. Now we get into the Legacy diesels. Now we have the SD50s.
I like the chesty one.
Chessie's nice.
And then you have
Let's hear Sean's opinion on the blue one.
we don't need to hear Sean's opinion on this one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we do.
So my pick is going to be, of course, the Conrail with the yellow ribbon, which we support the veterans, and that's going to match that
Box car.
the box car that I got and showed everybody tonight. So that's going to be a perfect match for that locomotive.
Are you going to get the... Bill, scroll down a little bit, Bill. How about that black one? I'm telling you, you're going to get the black one.
Well,
black
I'm
one?
glad you pointed out
That black
because,
one?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'll pull the SD.
So let me tell you guys something about the black one. If you read the description, it actually says SD40E. And the reason for that, because I actually have pictures of this, and when it first came out, I actually saw that locomotive when they got it done. So what Norfolk Southern did is they took the SD50 locomotive frame and chassis, and then they put components such as the prime mover, which is what the railroaders call the engine. So they took the 16-cylinder out of the SD40 and they put it into the SD50 along with other components. And the reason why they did that is because the SD50 had problems with the prime mover engine as well as some of the electrical, but the chassis rode really well on it. And the SD40 was the exact opposite. It rode so rough it would actually fracture and break the frame, but the engine and the electrical components were great. And so Norfolk Southern decided to take the SD50 chassis, put the SD40 internals into it. They also used the SD40 tank, so the tank would be smaller than what Lionel did, but that's still cool.
The basic hot rod.
Yeah, and so it got the SD40 designation, and the main purpose of this locomotive was to be 2-unit helper units to push the trains around the horseshoe curve. So
that all done in-house?
That was all done in-house. They actually displayed that back in 2010 when they first got them done at the Railroad Museum of Pennsylvania. They were on display along with 999, which was their first battery-operated locomotive.
Interesting.
Yeah.
And then, of course, the Reading and Northern. I think these will be pretty popular.
Oh, yeah.
Up here in the Northeast.
Two versions of them?
Yeah, two different numbers, right. So I think, they'll no doubt be a popular one.
I like
And then
the
a
chest.
third
I always
one.
like that
Then there was a third one. Mecca's doing a
Chest.
Reading and Northern as well with the in one of the colors as well.
Yeah, the chassis one's always sharp. Oh, yeah.
It's always just a sharp paint scheme.
I know. I'm on the fence on whether I need one of these Reading and Northerns.
Well, you could use that in the tank cars. Bill. You'd have to make a nice train real quick.
Anyway, I'd get the Reading and Northern because to properly run the ramp, the Reading and Northern ramp rules.
Have it following.
They need to be following.
And following a quarter mile behind. That is funny. And we got some return of some of these heritage units, which they were pretty popular.
I think it's great.
I'm waiting to see. Well, it's going to be in 2000. I'd have to say in 2024's catalog is going to be the CSX heritage units.
Yeah,
I would have to say that they were going.
Well, what they're doing this time around, they're doing 5 of each. They're doing 5 this catalog. Next catalog will be 5 more. So they're kind of spreading them out this time rather than lumping them all together in one catalog too. That was what was nice
These are the
from Lionel.
yeah. These are the SD70
Right.
Ace, right?
Yep.
yes.
So they
The other
run
ones-
on 036 curves. So I'm going to assume that probably one of the axles are going to have
Blind flanges.
blind flanges on it. Yes.
Yeah, I would assume. And what was the other model of those heritage units?
What'd you say?
Yeah. So you got the SD70 Ace or ACE.
Yeah, and
They also did the AS 40. No.
40.
E44s?
Or ES 44
Yeah, the
Ace.
ES44s.
Yeah, that was the other ones. Okay.
Yeah, that was the other ones.
GP30s. Most of us love GP30s. They're a sharp-looking
Yeah.
early engine.
Streamline. That
They kind
streamline
of got
air.
that Art Deco look.
Yeah,
to
it's
them,
the Art Deco streamline.
And the one thing about the GP30 is it's got its own distinctive look. Even a non-railroad person would know a GP30 just by looking at it.
Yeah.
Which I was surprised the Alaskan 2000, and luckily they repainted it not long ago for a second paint job
Yeah.
on it, and that was one of the things that was neat about it is they got the second paint job on this to offer two of them. So they offered the 2000, and I think the other one's 2001 or something.
Yeah, they came out with them.
Because I have the original one they did in the Alaskan and the Pensy, the early ones.
Silly patch jobs.
And the
That'd be
Reading.
like right up your alley, Shawn.
Well, they're not silly. I mean, they're realistic. I mean, Conroe really did patch Reading locomotives
we
just
know,
like
we
that.
know, we know.
And I think it would look perfect on your railroad.
I don't think it ever would look perfect on
Now,
mine.
did anybody realize what the 2189 is in the catalog here?
The 2989.
2189 or 2198, okay, which is the New Hope and Ivyland, which is one of the ones that's pictured there.
The Penn Central.
The Penn Central,
And
which
the other,
was the former Pensy.
and the other one's 5513. I believe it's 5513, that the Reading patched one.
But that, the
But the
bottom
sh-
one
but-
is,
but the
is
shame- the
prior
shame-
to New Hope and
The
Ivyland getting
shame
it.
thing about it is it's not really prototypically correct. Reading didn't have sunshades.
So you cut them off and you're good to go.
Now you take a pair of pliers and you yank them off.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
they don't have the correct horns either.
And the Pensy's got their antennas
Yep.
going on, which
I still say it'd be a good fit for your
No, it
to
would
show
not.
how Conrail took over Reading.
Not in my
All
lifetime.
right, moving right along.
The F units.
We got some F7s,
I like the
Frisco, Burlington, and Santa Fe.
yeah, I really like that blue bonnet they got.
Yeah, the blue bonnet is sharp looking.
They're good old the blue bonnet for the freight service, which you don't see a lot of.
No.
Rock Island ones are pretty sharp.
I think these are neat because they did them in the various paint schemes.
The
Yeah.
Rock
Is that the
Island.
Rock Island?
Yeah. Well, actually, if you look at the up above, those are done in 4 different paint schemes as well.
Are they?
Yeah.
What's different about them?
Look at the front engine, look at the back engine, look at the number, look at the...
Yeah,
They,
yeah.
Oh,
they are
yeah.
slightly different.
I do see it now, what he's talking about.
Yeah, the Boston and Maine,
Oh, the logo.
the logos, yeah, they did make some
Logos,
changes,
like, the one has a
striping.
white stripe, the other one doesn't.
Yeah, exactly. So there are differences between
Oh,
the
yeah.
sets.
Great Northern.
And one everybody
Well,
wanted.
I'd like to see him do a Northern Pacific two-tone green one, and I'd have to.
Oh,
up the
that would
money.
be cool.
I'd have to buck up the money for that. That is my second railroad.
That is a nice set, nice complete big set. Alco S2s, I always like these. 'Cause usually, I know the Lionel ones always run good, a good yard switcher.
NASA for that big long flat car set.
Yeah, for your rocket train.
Yeah, for the rocket train.
Yeah, that's right. So you can't go wrong with these S2s.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a popular set.
And look what else with.
The Lehigh George Scenic Railway.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. That is pretty cool. Looking.
Yeah, a lot of people you don't know that's kind of somewhat part of the Northern and Reading Railroad, but not. It is
Blue
owned
Mountain
by
and
them,
Reading.
but it's like an entity of them.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Now, doesn't this have the Northern Reading and Northern caboose on the end of it, though? If I remember right? Looking
Yep.
at the catalog.
Yes, it does.
I definitely have to get the cars because that'll go good with my 425.
With the rest of what you have.
Yeah, my
And you still have the blue 425 in the
I don't
color.
have the dark blue. I have the light blue one.
Yeah. But still.
But it needs the gondola bicycle car because they run because you take your bicycle or rent a bicycle, they take it up the mountain.
Yep. And then
When
you
they
ride
the
back.
gondola car, and then you ride
Right.
it down the mountain.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a rails for trails right next
It's
to it.
really cool.
nice.
I've done it.
It's a great trip. But yeah, that way you just kind of ride down the
Because
mountain.
there used to actually, right by there in the park, there used to be a pathway to get up to this, a I forget what the name of the waterfall is, but they closed it down because too many people would get hurt, fall, and then the firefighters got to go up there and rescue them. And there's also a cool tunnel. Have you ever been up to? Did you jump through it? There's like cross way.
Moving right along.
All right, moving along on the catalog here.
Western Pacific.
Wow.
Feather River freight set.
It's different.
Now the Pensy freight set, that was one I'm considering. You know me and Pensy sets. I rather get the Legacy set because it gives you you get a lot for the
Don't you already
big
have
bang
like
for the buck.
2 or 3 M1s?
Maybe, but this is an M1B.
Oh.
So what's the difference between an A and a B?
The front tubing, one is internal, one is external.
Oh, okay.
The B's are internal, the A's are external. So, yeah, that's for your feed water for the steam chests. So, if you look at them, you'll see they're different.
Okay.
So that's how you tell the difference.
I always like learning something new about steam.
That's my favorite, is steam.
The American Orient Express.
Is that the one that they started
That traveled
out in
all over the U.S.
The Colorado or something? Where's that run?
I'm not sure.
It ran behind all the Amtrak trains throughout the country.
No, it didn't.
Yes, it did. Trust me, they put the cars behind the Amtrak and ran them around the country that way.
Should I
I'll
Google
let you go through your history and find out that they did.
I don't think so. We gotta look into that.
Oh, you can look into that one.
Okay, well.
American
Look at
Orient Express.
Alright, some of these are cool. I like the Amtrak Dome car. It's got my attention. Though it
And
is
some work train cars.
work train cars. I like these fire training cars. They're pretty
Oh,
cool.
look at that. That's cool.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Well, they were in
William?
general training cars, weren't
William? Unfortunately, I have to say he's right.
What's it say?
So the American Orient Express was privately owned, ultra-luxury passenger car trains with operated in conjunction with Amtrak from 1994 to 2008.
Yeah, but where did they go?
they? All around the country.
I bet you they just went in northern and western.
There's a scenic view or spectacular in the western United States. The train personnel gave the California Zephyr appeal, and then inspiration came from Switzerland.
Yeah, so it's primarily the west coast. It wasn't all around the country.
Yeah, it seemed, what do you call it?
You read on, you'll find it was all around the country. They used them on the East Coast too.
I never saw them.
Oh, there's a picture of it. Broadway Limited, Chicago, coming out of 30th Street Station.
Now they're
Look at
cool.
that.
I like the paint scheme on those.
There's 2 more cars for Bill's alien train.
I like my box car, smoking box car. I don't know if I need any of these other cars.
Well, you could put smoke coming out of the little hatches.
Yeah. Bethlehem Steel
Bethlehem
cars.
Steel
nice.
cars.
I know Walt's loving these.
There you go, Walt.
Yeah, that's a must-have. I'll be getting that
Really
one.
sharp looking.
I might get the Bethlehem Steel one too.
How about the graffiti one?
Nah.
Nah.
It's colorful.
I'll pass.
Double sheet boxcar. I'm excited about that because they added to the friendship train.
Yep. I like the Strasbourg and the Pensy.
Because I'm building a friendship train, and it had a lot of boxcars. So they could add 1 or 2 of these cars every year for several years. So I hope
Bill's
they
going to have 20 or 30 box cars on that train.
I want, yes. I got the MTH ones and the Lionel ones. So, the only problem I find is I need one of those centipedes.
Ah, for local.
Yeah, because when I went through northern Pennsylvania, they used a centipede around the horseshoe curve, I believe. They went to Harrisburg. And in fact, Harrisburg was the one stop where it met up with the Freedom Train, the old Freedom Train.
Yep.
From the 40s. So that was the one spot that they met up together at the
Where's
Harrisburg
that?
Station. Harrisburg. The Friendship Train and the American Freedom Train met. It's the only place that they met up at the same spot.
The original Freedom Train with the Alco.
Yeah.
Yeah, with the Alco, the PAs, yeah. And the Pennsylvania used the Centipedes because that was like their new state of the art train, so they used that. And then when it got to Philadelphia, when it went up to New York, it uses a GG1.
I can see we'll sell a lot of Strasbourg boxcars.
Yeah, Strasbourg box, that and the Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Because that's a Strasbourg boxcar too, I believe.
Yes,
the
it
Pennsylvania
is.
one,
Yep.
the Red Star. And then they got these PS1 wartime cars.
Which I think
cars.
is neat because it's more following like that big boxcar we got that looked like the old Lionel stock stuff.
Yeah, but they got a whole series of these.
Oh yeah, look at that.
These World War II cars.
Which, don't they talk or something?
Yeah, I think that's some with sound.
They all have sound in them or something like that?
Some of them have sound. The individual ones, they're patriotic.
I was gonna
Not
say,
sure
I thought I heard they had sound
I'm
in
not
some
sure
of
what
it.
sounds they're going to place. Plays rail clatter and familiar military march is in mood.
They'll be interesting.
Let's see.
When they get here, we'll
I don't know if
check one
military
out.
Marching sounds in my train coming out of my train. But, I mean, I like the brake wheels or the
Squeal and all
squeals,
that, yeah.
More hopper cars. Various hopper cars.
wood-sided hoppers at that.
We got the covered hoppers.
And you notice they did 3 smaller railroads in those into a pack.
Illinois terminal.
Go down, the next one's a small 3-pack.
We got 3-pack and then a single. Looks like.
For grain people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But yeah,
You gonna
they're
get
like
some of that? Mike? Don't you
3
like
small.
grain stuff?
Yeah, I do like. I got a grain facility on my layout.
But I thought it was neat that they're doing 3 different cars together.
Yeah.
That way, you know.
It gives you a variety pack, basically.
Exactly, and I think that's pretty neat.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Looks like they keep changing the numbers.
And then the bigger railroads where they got quantity.
Got single sheaf box cars for some more of the older stuff.
Yep.
A lot of World War II type style where those
40. What are they? 40 or 50?
Standard double doors.
About a 50-foot box car.
Yeah, standard road. That should be 50 foot. I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, double door. I was thinking that was a 50-footer.
New. They're new.
Yeah, I don't
Pretty
want no
cool.
old cars.
Southern Pacific. No.
The
I
deer-
like these. I
think I might get a,
actually want one of the Pensy flat cars myself. I think it looks pretty cool.
Yeah, but the tractors on them.
Yeah, I think that looks neat. And it's a scale flat car. It's not the, the standard O-gauge
Semi-scale.
flat car, which I thought was pretty cool.
Got the John Deere dealership. You got a reefer there.
Billboard reefer.
Billboard reefer, box car, and a gondola.
And then we got some of the starter sets.
No, this is Lions.
What do we got coming up?
Yeah, like the Lion Chief stuff.
Lion Chief stuff.
Or in this case, the Lion Chief Plus 2.0. They're a
Berkshire.
good Berkshire. They're a good engine.
Yep.
Got the traditional.
Very
9L lines.
consistent.
Santa Fe is popular. Some of GP9s are always popular. I got the New Jersey Central. That one's pretty nice.
There you go, Shawn.
Yeah. Got
Pretty
the Coast Guard
Got an
paint scheme there.
got an Aberdeen and Rockfish.
Where's that at?
That's the one down South Carolina. Had the purple. You got the other ones. You got the other F7. Norfolk Southern F7s.
Yeah. I didn't realize it was the same Aberdeen.
Little Great Northern.
Oh, Great Northern set with a little add-on flat car, bulkhead flat car.
That's the one I thought was cool, Shawn. You're getting a kick out of that.
The Looney Tunes blowing up. Wile E. Coyote.
The Acme Factory, Acme Dynamite Factory.
I just loved that cartoon when I was a kid.
Yep. Dynamite barrel.
You keep
But
trying. He never
what's
got
neat in this, Shawn, is the engineer in here is a Roadrunner. If you look at the picture there, you got the Roadrunner driving and the Coyote stuck on the front.
Ah, yeah.
See the beep beep up there?
Wow.
That's pretty good. That should do properly because like Scooby-Doo, they did that Scooby-Doo set. That one sold really well.
What would I say? That's a Mopar inside joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the Scooby-Doo did well, so I'm sure this will do probably pretty well.
Oh, I'm sure.
And you got the Looney Tunes.
Daffy Duck, and
Rabbit season, duck season, rabbit season.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
more Looney Tune cars to add to my Looney Tunes train.
yeah. Just can't get enough.
I remember you were asking about the Roadrunner and Coyote car I already had.
Yeah, I never knew they even made that one.
Yeah, because these follow in those same cars.
We got some American history cars.
That's a new set they're starting, is those American history cars.
Yeah. I mean, they're neat, but we haven't had much luck selling them. Like, they're usually not real popular. Some of them, they are colorful and usually a lot of
And
nice graphics.
can't forget the balloon.
Yeah, the balloon car, that is funny. The April Fool's joke that became real.
And they're very limited from what they were saying. Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, get your Mickey Mouse car, order your Mickey Mouse. I don't think they're all available yet. You can red one you order from your dealers.
Yep.
The orange one directly from Lionel.
And the silver one from,
That's only from Disney.
yeah, if you're a
I don't
member.
know about the green and maroon one.
No, I haven't seen anything on those yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen on where you can order those. But you have to be a Disney Club member to get part of their Disney's 100th anniversary thing. Other than that, National Lionel Train Day again.
Yeah, that
Nice.
boxcar ain't bad looking.
Yeah, they do a pretty good job on those. So that's the Lionel catalog.
All right,
I think we all found a couple things we like at least.
we're gonna pull that Pensy engine out and let's check that out.
I did want to kind of comment about Atlas. The new Atlas Summer Fun catalog came out.
Ah,
And they had a few things. They have N scale, HO, and O scale. The big thing is beer cars. They got a lot of beer cars in this one. Box cars and reefers. N scale plug doors. They got Pabst Blue Ribbon, Strohs. I like the Schaefer box car from the Northeast area.
Oh yeah.
Pabst Blue Ribbon, Olympia. That's on N scale. Also got some flat cars with beer trailers.
let's see, what do we got in the O scale?
HO, more box cars. Once again, the 40-foot plug doors also. They're also the...
I like the Schaefer.
Yeah, the Schaefer's pretty cool. Some trucks.
Oh, they're doing them in O
F350.
scale.
No, this is HO.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah,
F350 crew trucks.
wish they'd do the Fairmounts, man.
I wish they'd do those vehicles in O scale.
In O scale, they have the 40-foot plug door box cars in O scale. It's got the Strohs, Pabst Blue Ribbon, Pearl, Old Milwaukee, Falstaff.
Cool. And a couple of buildings.
And pint glasses.
HO.
Oh, I got Atlas. Get your Atlas pint glass.
The old Hojos.
There you go,
The old
Mr.
Joe
Atlas.
Yeah.
Get
So-
the beer kegs there.
I can't
too.
wait till they bring back their old Atlas, like their C630s and the MP15s.
Yeah. Anything is with their engines right now. Like we just got the new T42 Amtrak, the Operation Lifesaver one, which is really cool with the yellow and the yellow railroad on the front. But I really like it. But unfortunately, I know for myself, I don't do the Premier or the MTH system.
Yeah, the DCS.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. Atlas used to always use the TMCC.
TMCC, yeah.
But now with the acquisition of the MTH stuff, now they use most of their engines are using that. So I don't know if they're going to do some engines with it, or if they totally abandoned the TMCC.
Well, I think they're
system.
the TMCCs is going to be for their own original line, the Master Series, and the Premier Series is going to remain PS3. That's just my personal opinion.
Guess we'll eventually find out.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it.
No, it's a Ford versus Chevy thing, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
They both have their strong points and pros and cons, but that's all my thing. What else did we want to talk about?
The new Pensy. Mikados.
The Pennsylvania Mikado.
Yeah, let's pull one of them out.
Unbox it.
Unbox it. Well,
You need a knife?
I got a knife.
all right.
Pennsylvania Legacy L1.
Is this the first unboxing you've done on the show?
We haven't seen one.
We haven't seen this one yet.
Yeah, actually, probably yes. This probably is the first unboxing of an engine. Because usually when I get them, I usually put them right in the case. You know.
Yeah, I kind of thought so, because I don't think I've seen you guys doing unboxing on video before.
Yeah.
We just didn't get it around. They're looking
We've been slow this week.
Well, fortunately, we've sold quite a few, but we don't get to actually see them. They kind of go out the door in the box. You don't actually
When
get
they
to see
came in
it.
Monday, I worked Tuesday. I was trying to get stuff.
Got a half a dozen that are
I
quick
didn't-
tested
I
for
didn't- I didn't
customers, and
believe
that's
it.
about it. The showcase ones didn't get pulled out yet.
Give me-
There you go, you got it.
Yeah, I know how to do it. I've unboxed enough of them. Smell that fresh new.
It's got that new car smell.
Yep, the new train smell.
New train smell.
First American to touch its hands.
I haven't heard of any issues with these. I don't know if either of you.
Backing up, I've heard they've had some issues going in reverse. But I have yet to see that myself, so
Going in reverse.
going in reverse, they growl a little, but we'll find out. We're going to test it out, so
I
let's
see you
see
gotta be
what's
careful removing the foam because they have little chains on the trucks.
Oh.
They have a little chain on the.
Yep, on the sides.
So I say just to point
Slide
out
them out.
when you remove these foam pieces, watch that little chain because you'll be disappointed if you rip that chain off.
Yeah, that's for sure.
You're dragging it down the rail.
Oh, Bluetooth buttons on the bottom. Got not too bad detail. Got little curtains there.
These have the whistle smoke, right?
I believe so.
Yeah, got whistle smoke. First American to touch it.
This one doesn't have marker lights. Further down on the bottom. Like that.
Yep.
So the other one I saw.
Was up top,
Was up
depending on which version. Neat because it's got the curtains here in the back. Just need to do a nice deck. Well,
Well, they got the traction tires on the right wheels this time.
cool. Well, what do you say we test this thing out?
No doubt.
Oh, go test your little Pensy engine out.
Train 1 brakeman, let's get an application for continuity test. Good application, okay to release. Train 1 brakeman, we have good set, good release, good continuity on timetable train number 1. Over.
After Roger. Good set, good release, good continuity on timetable train number 1. Out. Airport's all the way. You make this run in record time. Dispatcher, do you got any more blocks for us? Over. Yep. All clear ahead. Dispatcher out. Dispatcher, going off duty. Have a good one. Out.
Well, that smokes pretty good.
Well, did you have fun playing with that Pensy engine there, Harry?
Yeah, I do. I don't like the bright red on the back. I mean, some of the Penske engines had them, but for the most part, most of their engines had the
I'm not
black
sure.
roof.
I think I read somewhere where that is prototypical, the two different reds.
Yeah.
Whether that's true or not, I'm sure somebody will key us in. What was the purpose of this ramp behind the whistle?
Just a deflection.
For the whistle itself?
Yeah, for the steam coming out, so that it wasn't
Why don't you just put the whistle straight up and down like everybody else does?
just the way they were. It works. Hey, what the hell?
That's silly.
Pretty neat though. Nice looking engine.
So yeah, it is a sharp looking engine. It's got nice detail, and it just proportional wise, I think it's a sharp looking engine overall. So
Now I can't wait for the Cumberland farm or the Cumberland set to come. That has the one from out in Strasbourg at the museum in that set. Walt.
Hobo code.
Got a little bit Hobo code.
Hobo code.
I've been slacking.
Oh no.
Oh no, it's a Hobo code. We need you a jingle for you. You can play the jingle when it's Hobo code time.
Like Mr. Rogers.
Actually, what I gotta do is probably just get online and print them out better. And actually, we'll just paste them in the background.
There you go.
Yeah.
That works.
Because that's usually what it is. Not like we're holding up. Well, tonight's one is sign of "This is the place." As
Cool.
Mr. Serial knows, this is the place.
So it's an upside down football post.
I guess kind of, yeah.
This is the place. So we marked that outside somewhere.
We could do that. Get some chalk.
Get some chalk. We'll mark up one of our posts out front here. So see
Yep.
how many people will understand what it is.
And this is for them Conrail people. A beating awaits you.
Await you here.
Await you here.
Ay, ay,
So
ay.
does that mean if you see that symbol, get back on the train?
Probably, I guess. We don't have to keep on moving in this town.
Yeah. Don't stick around in this town.
Yep.
That's cool. Well, I know we did a lot, so maybe I'll save this for next time. I know we had the I wanted to take a look at the Menards. They have their
What's it, 5.0 or something?
what is this? What version?
4.0.
Is this? 4.0 now?
This was the 4.0 one we just got.
So we wanted to kind of put it through its paces and check it out. So
We put the caboose through its paces, didn't we?
yeah, so this is the Menard. So maybe next week we'll. Yeah, we did. We had the caboose. We had gotten our caboose and we had a problem with it, so we kind of investigated what the problem was, and we still haven't.
Oh, you're gonna lose all the parts.
We still haven't put it back together yet. But we did find out what the problem was. It was
Don't lose all these little screws and springs and caps.
There's the repair guy in them.
but it was the coupler, the rivets on the coupler.
Hit the actual roller
was hitting
pickup.
hitting the roller and causing a short circuit. So,
Oh.
so
You gotta file it.
So on this roller pickup, there's these rivets on the back, and they would hit the frame of the truck and cause a short. So this thing would spark and arc and
Oh, wow.
put on a nice show.
Oh, it was driving me crazy downstairs on the layout, trying to figure out what was going on. And I had it at the workbench, and I bypassed my circuit breaker just so I could try to fry this thing to find out what was going on.
So we'll look at this a little closer, along with put this through its test, through its paces. Okay. I've seen several people test these, and it's been online, so kind of have an idea what to expect.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll take a look at it. I know I think we have like just about every one that they came out with so far. So
All but one.
other than that,
Oh, no, we're not quite done yet.
Ah, what's Walt
but wait,
forgot?
there's more.
More!
There's more?
Yes, there's more.
But wait,
There's more.
There's more. Very much more.
Uh-oh.
What are we talking?
He's looking at me when he says very much more.
Oh, I think he has a present for you. That's what it sounded like.
Oh boy.
I don't know. Should you be scared?
As long as it's not ticking, we're all good.
Yeah.
Some of you might have seen this before. You know, there's a story out there that Shawn is so good friends with Conroe guys, they let him drive a train one day.
Oh, is this the diorama of Shawn driving a Conrail train?
Yes, it is. We have a
let's see it.
diorama of Shawn driving a Conrail train.
Well, let's
And
see
we
it.
gotta thank Anthony for this because
Yes.
Anthony sent this.
Yes, our friend out in Ohio.
Anthony sent this for you, okay?
All right. Okay.
You want to see what your first? The only time Conroe ever let you drive a train.
And we can honestly say we know you've seen this.
Let's see. Oh, come on. Let's go.
Come on, we're just keeping it spread. Do you have any idea what it is?
I have an idea now.
Here you go, Shawn. Oops.
Uh-oh.
It came off the track.
That's the driver.
Mm-hmm. Here you go, Shawn. There's Shawn's only time Conrail ever let him drive one of their trains. And what does he do? He sets it on fire. And right there, he's getting yelled at by the superintendent of Conrail.
Yeah, anyway, Anthony sent that up and Walt decided that you needed it. So, we can thank Anthony for making it. He did a nice job on it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yes, I like the.
I should have made a plaque. Shawn's only time he ever got to drive with Conrail engine.
But yeah, I like to thank Anthony. Sure. Yes. Pretty funny and cool at the same time.
Hey, it's another piece for your collection.
Oh yeah, definitely. And as you guys see, I did keep your
Jeep 9?
yours that you made for me, the Conrail going to Norfolk Southern GP9. So yeah, anytime anybody gives me a gift, I always keep it, no matter what. So,
Yeah, Walt's the same way because
Yeah.
we have stuff that it's in the basement.
Yeah,
that
I
you
did. I
gave
really
me.
cool. It was really cool.
Yep.
Behind here is, but there's a letter, right? My postcard, it should still be over there. What happened to it? Or did you put it away somewhere?
Nah, it might have got hung up.
Really nice. I do a lot of the HO. Well, I do the HO repairs around here.
Oh, there it is.
I had a lady come in. She's originally from England, and her stepfather. She goes, when I was young, when my mother first started dating my stepfather, he had in his apartment he had this train room, and he had all his trains set up and everything. And then when they decided to get together and move in, the trains got packed away, and she said they never came back out. He's 92 years old and not in the great of health, and one of his wishes was to see his trains run. So she came in here, she brought, I think, about like,
She bought 8 or 10 pieces.
no, the first time she brought like 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And this was a Tuesday, and I kind of, I actually had to be somewhere, but I stood there and got a couple of them running to what do you call it? I did not know that he was not back here in the U.S. He was over in France. Then she came back and she brought me like another 10 engines, and all Hornby trains.
Oh wow.
Something I really never, what do you call it? I got,
Something new for Walt to dive into.
what do you call it? But she would have been like any other without the story, would have been pushed like to the back of the line. And I mean, within a week, I mean, I digitally just went home and dived into them. Got all but 2 running. One I used as a donor for parts. The only one I couldn't get run was the Mallet. And it had a bad motor in it, and it's not something, these are all from probably 50, 60 air type engine, but I got, she brought like a box of 10 or 12 But out of all our trains there's only 2 of them that I couldn't get running. And she came back in. When she came to pick them up, I called her up like a week later and said, all your trains are done. I got all of them running except basically 2. And she gave me a really nice card for me, and it was really nice of her. She said when she came in here, her stepfather was on the way back to come here to the U.S. because he was getting going to get an operation here, and she just got a text. He was just entering the tube to go from France to England.
Why don't you read the card to us?
I kind of can't really go. It says, "Dear Walt, thank you. I was so transpired by the train. Let's see. It's a
Shawn.
There, you want to read it? Probably better. It's like,
Thank you. I was transferred by train via the Channel Tunnel this morning from a hospital in France to home for at least a brief period. I'm so excited to send more videos of the trains. I really appreciate your patience with our giant mismatched box and your bumping us to the front of the queue. Alexandra and Eon." So is it like a big thank you for taking
Putting
care of
them first and giving them consideration
for
their father's health.
England talks a little different and uses different words, and it's you got to kind of figure it out. But I thought it was when she said her stepfather was 92 years old, and one of his wishes was to see his trains run out. Was like,
It's always good to hear a happy
story,
happy
and
customer.
she goes, and she lives down. I guess they're down in Narberth, and I guess one of her neighbors down the street said, "Henning's is where you got to take it." And I just happened to be here on a Tuesday, and I'm usually here on Tuesday mornings to do our repairs and send them out to the repair guys. And she just happened to walk in, and
Yeah,
only thing I wish I did, I would have took a couple of videos and put it on the British
YouTube.
Facebook channel.
yeah.
But say hey. But that's my little story for the week.
Sounds good. It's always
Well,
appreciative to see
I
you.
think it's time to call it a night.
Right?
Oh yeah.
All right.
All right.
Other than that, that's what I got. See everybody next week.
You're up, or
Thanks for
next
watching,
day.
guys.
Thanks for coming. Come see us. Stop in and see us.